No, we don't!
Fuck up.
Hello everybody, welcome to Squad Gang. Today we're going to be putting Enema of the State and some other bonus songs on a tier list.
So, Dumpweed is a song on Enema of the State. It's one of my favorites. Maybe like, Ride With Aliens Exist.
Yes.
Yeah, so Dumpweed, it's definitely one of the best on the album for me. I'd say it's either like SS or S. It's probably like somewhere like in my top 5 maybe. I don't really remember, but yeah, it's definitely up there.
Alright, for me, I gotta say Dumpweed is a really strong opener. It's not like one of my top favourites, but if I ever get on like a shuffle, I'm just really happy. So I'd say it's a solid S.
Yeah, Dumpweed is a really good opener. I don't think a song on here could have opened the album better than this does. Really good, has really good energy. Like, yeah, it's a really good song. SS for me.
So my thoughts on this. Dumpweed is a very good opener, and it is the only track you could really open this album with because it shows you right in how fast and quick paced this album is going to be. It gives you the idea of the album, basically. I'd say either S or SS. Personally, SS. It is just such a fun song that it's one of, if not the best opener I've ever heard on an album.
Dumpweed is such an amazing opener. Tom's vocals are really good in this one of my favs TBH. SS to me.
Alright, sick. So, Dumpweed. Admittedly, it's not my favorite opener of any of the Blink albums. That honor goes to Ghost on the Dance Floor since it's one of my 2 favorite Blink songs of all time. But nevertheless, as one of you said, I think this was probably the best choice for opening the album. It reminds you about like what it's like, how funny it is, how it's going to sound, how Tom especially is going to sound, because I think his whiny voice is hilarious and it absolutely sells the band. And even though it's not in like my top 5 songs of all time in general, I could purely go off of like my Enema ranking that I myself have saved, and I think all of my top 5 songs for the album are all going to be double S, so Dumpweed is going to go in double S.
Alright, so the majority of us voted for SS, so that's where it's gonna go.
I think that, like, Don't Leave Me has one of the catchiest choruses on the entire album. And I think it's like a perfect follow-up to Dumpweed. I don't think any other song could do it. And I also like the drumming a lot. And I'd say, like, in the context of the album, it's a good A tier.
Alright, so Don't Leave Me, it's a really great song. I like all of it. Especially, like, the chorus is really catchy. It's not my favorite on the album. It's probably around in the middle of my list. Still an amazing song though, so I'd say S tier, honestly.
Alright, so for me, Don't Leave Me I want it to be one of my favorites on the album, but this album is just so strong that I feel like it is around the middle. But this song has so many strong parts, like of course the amazing bass solo, and Travis does really good in the song as well. So I'd say it's a bit better than Dumpweed, and I'd put it S as well.
I back up what Waldwick said. The bass solo is really good. The drumming is absolutely amazing. But I feel like this song doesn't do too much in the context of the album. Like, it's a fun, catchy song, but it's just like one of the less quirky ones on this album. Still a great song. I'd probably give it an A tier for this one. It is really catchy. It just seems kind of generic in comparison to the rest of the album. It's still a good song, though. Still a very good song.
I'd say SS personally.
Don't Leave Me is actually my favorite on Enema. As a bass player, the solo kicks ass, and it is really fun live, as shown by the Mark, Tom and Travis show. And Mark's singing is really clean on this too. Easy SS.
Okay, I feel like I should preface my monologue by saying this. Enema of the State is so good that you could pick any song on the track and put any song in any order. Any of them could be your favorite, and you could pretty much be right. That being said, I think Don't Leave Me is fine. It's not realistically anything super incredible. I mean, the bass solo, of course, is going to be amazing. I mean, it's one possible reason why I might say I like Mark Hoppus more than Mike Dern as a bass player. But in terms of the song, it's solid for transitioning out of Dumpweed. But by comparison to the rest of the album, it's at least serviceable. It doesn't do anything extraordinary, as I said. So, I guess I would probably put it in either B or A. But I think since I have such a very good positive vibe with this album, I would put it in A.
Alright, so in a 2-2-3 vote, A tier is the winner. So that's where we're gonna put it.
This is a really great song, and it's probably like one of my two favorite songs that are like tied. It's like between Dumpweed and Aliens Exist. The bridge is the best part of the song, and it's like SS tier.
For Aliens Exist, I definitely did it dirty on my original list. I put it second last, which is totally not what I think now. I think the song's incredible because obviously the meaning, the instrumentation, the everything. Yeah, basically. I love this, how it goes in depth on Tom's obsession with aliens and whatnot. So, in my opinion, I think this is maybe an SS, but I'm leaning towards S for now.
You better apologize for your old list.
I apologize.
Thank you.
Alright. Aliens Exist is a really great song. It's always been one of my favorites on Enema, and I think this song has a lot of strong points as well. Like, I really like the lyrics and the memes that came off with this song, like Tom has sex with guys, and since this is in my top 4 for Enema, I gotta give this SS.
Alright. Aliens Exist is one of the more interesting songs on the album, because most of these songs tend to be about, like, girls and breakups and, life in, like, the suburbs and parties and whatnot.
The oral
But
sex.
this song is about aliens, literally. The song's... See, I feel like it's a lot more unique structure, even of itself. It's more unique. The bridge carries this song. The bridge absolutely carries. It's really good. The memes that came off of this song are great. Yeah, this one's an easy SS for me.
For me, it is also a really easy SS. Definitely my favorite on the album. Everything about it is just amazing. The instrumentation, the vocals. It is really one of the best songs on the album. And it comes right after Dumpweed and Don't Leave. Dumpweed, the opener, showcasing Tom's amazing vocals. Don't Leave Me, showcasing Mutt's amazing vocals. Then it just throws you into the album with such a banger as Aliens Exist, and it shows you how much of a fun time you're gonna have listening to the rest of the album.
Aliens Exist is a very strong song, and like Punkerman said, the bridge is amazing and is so damn catchy, and Tom has sex with guys, need I say more? And just so the Star Wars man doesn't get skeptical of me, this is another SS.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived to my other favorite blink-182 song of all time. This was the first song I was formally exposed to blink-182 with. It was my instant favorite when I first listened to my first album, which is Enema of the State, and oh my god, it has stuck with me. Right off the bat, let's just get it out of the way. Tom was right about aliens. This was the perfect song to make it into his theme song because it both makes fun of his alien obsession while also acknowledging that he has one. And it draws the line between taking it seriously or not, to where you can just play around and have fun with it. I mean, there's a whole bunch of memes about it. You even have his To The Stars website, which released a Tom Was Right t-shirt, which I wore to the blink-182 concert I went to. And wow, I could not be any less excited for how much I love and adore this song. Even at the concert when they had lights playing during this song, the lights look like flying saucers, which is just amazing. I really can't help but gush over how much I absolutely love this song. And Katie, you better damn well put this song in S tier or you will be shocked.
Got it. Well, yeah, this vote's easy. Everybody but me voted SS. I put an S, though.
So, every song on this album is very catchy, but I would say this is probably the catchiest one. Definitely probably could have been a hit single, to be honest. I like the guitar riff a lot, and I also like Mark's vocals a lot too. And yeah.
Okay, so Going Away to College is an absolutely fantastic song. I love the lyrics and the writing. I think it's beautiful. I love the instrumentation, obviously. It's very fun, yet it's a love song. It's just so awesome. And I think I would put this in high S, almost SS.
Okay, so for me, I feel like Going Away to College is one of those examples of where even though you love the song so much, because of how strong the album is, it just ranks kind of near the bottom. And it's a shame because this song is, like Chris said, such a really catchy song. And what this song it really does well is the transition, because Aliens Exist goes into this song really well, and then that transition into What's My Age Again is beautiful. And overall, I think Mark does really well, so I've got to give this song an S tier.
So, Going Away to College, it's a very good song. I like the way it transitions from Aliens Exist into that one guitar part. I like the riffs quite a bit. The guitar parts are really, really good. The instrumental bridge where Travis puts down a really nice drum beat. But I feel like this one's never really stuck out to me. Although, actually, it was one of the first songs I heard on Enema through a really weird meme. Anyway, it hasn't stuck out to me. Like, as Waldwick said, like, the whole album is so strong that this, like, ends up ranking in the lower half. Still a really good song, though, so S. Waxy, waxy.
Waxy, waxy!
I was just thinking that.
This is one of the most beautiful songs on the album, in my opinion. One of the greatest love songs of all time. It is probably the best written on the album. Well, it may not be the best song, it is the best written, in my opinion.
Adam's song?
But it's just an amazing song. I used to think it was the worst on the album. I'd say it's an SS, and like Chris just said a few minutes ago, Adam's song, it's either this or Adam's song that are the best written songs on it. Probably Adam's song, because I've forgotten all about that. And like Waldwick said, the transition into What's My Age Again is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
It is just amazing, and it's necessarily one of the ones I'd have in my top 3, but it's still amazing.
Going Away to College is the highest S I can give in my opinion. Top 5 on the album. The bridge was done really nicely, and like Don't Leave Me, Mark's vocals are also great. Almost SS tier, but still top 5, so
Right off the bat, immediately after Aliens Exist, I am so happy that we move into my second favorite song off of Enema of The State. Straight up, this is my favorite vocal performance of Mark Hoppus in any song. Easily. It's a very, 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 very catchy song to go ahead and learn on guitar, even though I don't play it. I just instantly know it was going to be a fan favorite, or let alone my favorite. Just the melodies that they composed for this song and how they complement each other from between the chorus to the normal verses, even as far as the transitions between Aliens Exist and What's My Age Again, it is the absolutely best way you could branch from song to song. And spoiler alert, I think Aliens Exist, Going Away to College, and What's My Age Again are one of the best 3-track runs I have ever seen in any album, maybe even my favorite. And then, as I said before, Going Away to College is my second favorite off of Enema, so by default, it's gotta go in double S tier.
So in a 2-4-2 vote, Going Away to College makes it into the single S tier.
Okay, so What's My Name Again? What's My Age Again is a better song than All the Small Things, and I think it should have been bigger. It has one of their most iconic riffs ever, which is like that riff that you hear in the beginning. And I love the lyrics too. The lyrics are hilarious, and Travis does a great job as always. Where's My Asian Friend? I'm done. I would give this probably A tier.
Okay, so What's My Age Again is an instant classic. It's been like one of their most popular songs, obviously. The riff is really cool. I love the lyrics. They're just awesome. It's that classic Blink stuff. And the slow pretty part is awesome too. And yeah, this one's just an instant classic. It's gotta go in S though. It's not one of my personal favorites because, yeah.
Right. What's My Age Again? Gotta say, I tend to, like with these really big albums, to put the singles a lot lower. You can tell that on Green Day's Dookie. And What's My Age Again does fall to this, but gotta say, this song is still a banger. And with the music video especially, it just shapes Blink. And like Katie said, the slow pretty part is still fire. So even though I am going to put this in A tier, that doesn't mean, and it's one of the weaker songs, that doesn't mean it's bad at all.
I feel like of the 3 singles, this is the one that like best represents the album. Because Adam's song is much more like depressing or moving or whatever, and All the Small Things is basically like just the best Backstreet Boys song. But this one like has that actual like immature energy to it. It's really good. The slow pretty part is amazing. The backing vocals at the end are really, really good. Yeah, this is a really good song. I'd have gotten a little tired of it just because I've heard it a good few times, but still a really good song. Goes in S.
One of the most nostalgic songs for me, honestly.
What's My Age Again is a very fun song. Even if it isn't my favorite single, the lyrics can be very funny, and I really enjoy the guitars. My rating would be S tier. Very solid song for the album.
First of all, I'll just get this out of the way. The line is, I wore cologne to get the feeling right. Not I walk alone to get the feeling right. This is not Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Alright, back to it. So, oh my god. Whatever. So this song again is part of the best 3-track run I have seen on an album possibly. That being said, it's clearly the weaker of those 3, but then again, it is obviously the best single by comparison. I mean, straight up, it has one of the best riffs ever known in Blink history. I mean, Tom even made fun of how he screws it up from time to time while on tour. So there's that iconography status for it. But it's just generally funny, poking fun at growing up, kind of like the song Damn It, but in its own unique way that, in a way, is a more evolved version of Dude Ranch, which I can appreciate. I will also say this song doesn't hold a candle to my top 5 that I have for Enema, because those are like really set. But even then, this is still a really, really, really good song. I know I just said it's not in my top 5, so just for how iconic it is, I have to still put it in S tier.
Okay, and a vote from 1, 5 to 2. What's My Age Again goes in S tier.
I also really think this is one of the best choruses on the album. It has one of the best bridges on the album. The verses, probably the weakest part about the song, but they're still pretty good. But overall, put this in the S tier because it's like just right outside of my top 3, which is like Aliens Exist, Dumpweed, and another song that we'll get to later.
Okay, so Dysentery Gary. This is my second favorite song on the album. It's a really great song. I love the chorus, especially like the ending. The bridge is awesome. And I love the lyrics at the ending, especially saying, "Your mom's a whore, where's my dog?" It's like super awesome to me. And like the entire thing's just catchy as hell. Love the instrumentation. So I would have to put this in the SS tier.
Alright, I gotta say, Dysentery Gary has got to be one of the most fun songs to sing along with just the really funny lyrics and just how catchy the guitars are. It just makes for such a really good song. However, because it's not in like my top 4 favorite songs, which I have saved for the SS tier, I gotta put this in S. But still, I really like this song, and when it comes on when I'm shuffling my playlist, I get really happy.
So Dysentery Gary is one of the most inappropriate songs I've ever heard. And for the record, dysentery isn't a disease that just makes you poop a lot. It makes you have violent, bloody diarrhea and can even cause death. But yeah, this is a really good song. The guitar part in the chorus is really cool. I find the lyrics are pretty funny, and I can kind of relate to this song. To be honest, there's something that happens similar to the plot of this song. But anyway, yeah, this is my second favorite on the album. So I am gonna go SS with this one. Really, really like this song.
Okay, Dysentery Gary, honestly SS. I know I've ranked every one of these SS so far, but this is top 3 on the album. Honestly, my third favorite on the album used to be my favorite. It is so good. I don't know how to describe it. Listening to Dysentery Gary is better than listening to Slayer, by the way, so. Yeah, SS.
Like Waldwick said, this song is very fun to sing along to. It's just such a fun sounding song, when actually it's talking about dysentery. Oh, I'd have to give this S tier. Amazing song. And also, girls are such a drag, unless you're Katie or Saf.
Alright, now we have approached a song that is literally about a guy named Gary having a bunch of diarrhea. And wow, this is by far the one song on Enema that could easily be qualified for being a joke song. It is flat out hilarious. The references are kind of dumb but funny, and sometimes clever. I mean, they're easily some of the most hilarious songs or lyrics to sing to. And if I were to play this, or if Blink were to play this at one of their concerts, everybody would be dying, laughing their butts off. It's just goofy as hell. I mean, even like the last 4 lines, as some of you have said, are some of the funniest lines to sing in any blink-182 song that isn't technically a joke song. And even with all of these combined, I can't help but always put it in double S tier. It is that funny.
From a vote to 5 to 3, Dysentery Gary gets double S tier.
Okay, so Adam's song is like the most serious on the album, but I also say it's the most well written on the album as well. Also very catchy for a song that's about suicide. In the context of the album, if this was a regular Blink-182 tier list, I'd put it in the SS tier, but this is not. This is just the tier list for the album. Considering that, I'll probably put it in the A tier.
For Adam's song, this is obviously an amazing song. It's probably like one of the deepest songs Blink has written. It's a completely fantastic song. Love the riff. It's top 4 on the album for me, so I would have to say SS tier.
Alright, wipe that shit-eating grin off your face, because this one's a sad one, and it's also one of my favourites. this was, again, with What's My Age Again and the next song, it was one of the first Blink songs I was ever introduced to, and immediately was one of my favourites, because even though I was only about 8 or 9, I really did understand the lyrics, because I was going through like a lot of like suicidal feelings as well, and the lyrics just really connected with me. And honestly, I gotta say, I love the change of the choruses, how it goes from like the tour was over, we survived, to the tour is over, I survived, and I feel like it was a really cool change. So I gotta go easy SS for this song.
So we've been having a lot of fun with this album. And here's the time where the fun must stop. And so, this song is surprisingly serious, and I feel like it's one of the 2 songs that even like the biggest Blink hater, a person who's like thinks Blink is one of the worst bands of all time, will be like, this is good. This is well written. And I should know because I've seen reviews on Album of the Year. But yeah, my relationship with the song is kind of like fluctuated. I've sometimes seen it as overrated, sometimes seen it as really, really good. I'm definitely in the really, really good phase now. The live version is also amazing. The guitar parts are really good. The lyrics are really well written. It's just a really good track, and although it's not something you'd expect from Blink, it's really good.
For me, it's an S. It is a very serious song. It used to be my favorite Blink song, and I used to relate to it a little more than I should have. The only reason it's not SS is I overplayed it while thinking about stuff it talks about in the song. It is the most well written on the album.
Adam's song is such a well written song. Even if basically everyone has said that, it's the truth. Like Waldwick, it was one of my first Blink songs, and even if I didn't have the big connection like them, the song is still amazing. It's in my top 5, above Going Away to College. So SS tier, great song.
Alright, so in contrast to the joking nature of blink-182 that they naturally come from, here we finally have a very, very serious song. This one is about like dying in probably like one of the saddest ways possible, and it's just an unfortunate reality that a lot of people come to. Sometimes willingly, sometimes unwillingly, and it just really, really sucks to have that happen. Putting it into song form can be really hard, but they managed to do it some way in a very, very understanding and meaningful way that people are able to catch on with. I don't think it's bigger than What's My Age Again in terms of a single, but it's still really, really, really solid. And still really solid to listen to. It puts a whole lot more meaning on like some of the stuff that happened in the future. Hence like the words, the tour was over, we survived. Obviously, in hindsight, it could reference to Travis Barker surviving a plane crash, and Mark Hoppus surviving cancer, and I guess Tom DeLonge surviving the aliens. But I think it works, and you can put it into that perspective now that we're here in 2025, even after the One More Time tour, which surprisingly they didn't play this song while they were on tour. Anyway, if I were to put this somewhere, it's nothing too spectacular, but I think it's solid enough to where I warrant putting it in A tier.
Alright, I'm pretty sure we all saw this coming, but Adam's song easily gets SS tier.
All the Small Things is Blink's biggest song, and also the worst on this album. Or not the worst, but like the least best. It's like, it was made to poke fun at the Backstreet Boys, which is why we call it like the best Backstreet Boys song ever. And like, if this was a regular Blink tier list of all the songs, I would put it in the A tier. But since it's like a tier list of the whole album, I'm putting in the C tier because least favorite on the album, and also because it's the only one I want to put that low. The rest will be at least B and higher.
All the Small Things, obviously their most popular song. It's a good song, it's definitely weaker on the album though. When I first listened to it, I thought it was the best off the album, which is completely outdated now, because that was the one I was most familiar with at the time. But yeah, in my opinion, this song never gets old, even though it's their most popular song. It's a classic for me, and I really like the fact that there's like somebody made a SpongeBob version of it, and it was like awesome. Wanted to bring that up because that's awesome.
But that's Isaiah.
Man. Anyways, yeah, as I said, it's probably like one of the weaker songs on the album, so I'd put it in A tier personally. Still good though.
Okay, all the small things, I gotta agree that it's definitely one of the weakest on the album, but that's just because of how like much it's been played. Like, if you have a song with over 1 billion streams on Spotify, like, people are gonna call it out for being like overplayed, but nonetheless, I still think it's it's really catchy, and the SpongeBob memes are still pretty funny, if I'm gonna be honest. And even if there are better on the album, it's not my least favorite, but it's still gonna go in A tier.
Alright, all the small things. Now, if there is one song that has damned Blink's legacy for all eternity, it's this one. And it's kinda easy to see why. The vocals are probably the weakest vocals on this album. The song sounds like it was made for pop radio. So it's not surprising that this was such a big hit. For me, yes, it is easily the weakest on the album. If someone says this is their favorite Blink song, then that's how you know that's the only song they've heard. Most likely, at least. Not saying it isn't impossible for that to be your favorite Blink song, even if you've heard their entire catalog. But, like, yeah, this is not as good as the rest of the album is. If I had to pick one song to get chopped off, it would be this. Still a good song though. I'll put it in B.
First Blink song I really liked. Of course, it wasn't this song that really did it for me for Blink. Actually, it wasn't the first one. That was First Date, and then What's My Age Again. It is definitely the weakest on the album, but it's still a really good song. I personally say A tier. It is the weakest on the album by far, but still amazing. Because it's blink-182, you can't go wrong with that. So.
I'm going to have to agree with the rest on saying that this is definitely one of the weakest here. Sure, this song has a lot of catchiness to it, and the relatability with the lines like, "Work sucks, I know, but like Punkerman was saying, it does feel like it was specifically made for pop radios. So this will be in the A tier for me."
Alright, this is easily their most popular song that they have ever made in the history of Blink-182, which, by the way, congratulations to Blink-182 for reaching 1 billion streams on Spotify for this song. I felt like that was mandatory. This song is fine. It feels very studio mandated at times, and while that is the case, it's still fun. Like, I wouldn't skip it because I think Enema is frankly the perfect no-skip album of all time. But yeah, this one doesn't really stand out as much compared to the others that they have going for. It does a good job of making fun of like 90s pop or whatever with the obvious Backstreet Boys references that even Backstreet Boys themselves actually admitted to enjoying, which is pretty cool. But I don't know, there's not really much going for this one. Frankly, none of the songs on Enema would go anywhere below a B tier, but this is obviously going to be my only one that goes into the B tier.
In a vote to 4-2-2, all the small things goes into the A tier.
Some would argue that this is the weakest on the album, which is the party song, but I'd like to think otherwise, because I think the song is really good, and Mark does a great job at singing so fast. In the chorus, it's super catchy too, but like, it isn't one of the best. It's probably like, at the minimum, like number 10 for me in my ranking, so I'd probably put in the B tier. but if this was a regular Blink list, it would be S tier.
So I am one of those people that thinks the party song is the weakest on Enema. I mean, it's obviously not a bad song, but it just doesn't hold up against the others, in my opinion. Mark singing fast is, I guess, kind of cool. The chorus is fine. Yeah, this song is the weakest on the album for me. And in my opinion, I have to put in the B tier.
Okay, so for the party song, I agree with Katie here that it is the weakest on the album, but my opinion on it is getting a lot better. Like, if you would go back like a couple months, I would have said that I dislike this song. Like, and I understand why, but I don't agree with it anymore. Like, Mark singing fast, I used to think was really stupid and it didn't sound good, but nowadays I think it sounds alright. And then the chorus, it just sounds like a whole bunch of bananas, which is funny, but it's just not really too special. And I think the song hinders from being too short. Like, it really could have done with being a bit longer. It just feels like it's done too fast. So if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to have to put this in C tier. Not really the biggest fan, but it's still pretty good compared to a lot of modern Blink songs.
Alright. If there is one song that Blink fans will say is not one of the better songs, it's this. As everyone before me has basically said. While it's not one of the best on the album, it's a pretty darn good song. I like Mark singing fast. It's really good. Impressive that he pulled it off, and and Travis's drumming is really good. The song's lyrics, of course, could use a tweaking, but like, this is a fun little song. I like it. It's probably S for me.
First of all, Katie is just mad because it says girls try too hard.
Ooh,
Second.
this is gonna be the start of a rap beef.
I'd say A tier. It's not the worst on the album like people are saying. It's definitely not the worst. All the Small Things is definitely the worst. I'd say this is an A tier, which even though All the Small Things is on that tier, I would say this is above All the Small Things. It is a pretty good song, like they were saying, Mark sings fast. I love it when Mark sings fast, so I have a bias here, but it's a good song. It really is. It's not the weakest. You're wrong. So, I'd personally say it's A tier. Also, Katie, stop being mad that they say girls try too hard.
Side note, I'm not mad. He's a big liar.
Plus, they only say some girls try too hard, so that doesn't mean all.
Anyways, moving on now.
I'm pretty torn between the party song. On one hand, Mark singing is pretty cool in this, not gonna lie, but on the other hand, like previously stated, it does feel pretty short, and the chorus is pretty weak, especially compared to some other choruses in this album. Do I think it's the worst? I don't know. It's either this or All the Small Things, so this is going in A tier too.
Okay, so the party song. This one might be a little bit tricky for me in terms of how I place it. Because on the one hand, again, this is the perfect no-skip album, and I do enjoy listening to this song in particular still. But at the same time, I can see how people say that it is the weaker song by comparison. I don't think the vocal performances are as fantastic as the other ones, but that doesn't mean that they're bad at all. Like, I think Mark does perfectly good with the quick singing. Like, if you heard him like rap No Scrubs while he sings Damn It live, he does pretty good there too, so he's totally capable of this as well. That being said, it doesn't do too much to stand out. I mean, it's just a typical going to a frat house for a party song, hence the name. And I think that the chorus leading in to like the na-na-nas, which Tom absolutely carries, that's coming from a diehard Tom fanboy who also loves Angels and Airwaves. So this is one of those songs that really, where you kind of need Tom and Mark to complement each other. I don't want to say it would be too bland if they didn't, but it definitely wouldn't hit as hard. Even then, I still enjoy what they brought out with this, and I would definitely listen to this more than like All the Small Things, Don't Leave Me, And maybe on a really good day, I would listen to this instead of Adam's song. But even with that, it's nothing too incredible, but also nothing too terrible. So I think a safe place for me to put it would be A tier.
In a 1, 3, 4 vote, Party Song goes into the B tier. First B tier of the day.
The next song is Mutt, and in my opinion, this is top 3 on the album. I think that it has great lyrics, and I also think that it's a very catchy song. Travis does a great job, as always, and I put it in SS tier because it's top 3 for me. Also, my favorite lyric on the album is in this song, which is, he took the seat off his own bike because of the way that he felt.
Isn't that like your favorite lyric of all time?
Yeah.
I also do agree that this is top 3 on the album. I absolutely love Mutt. The bass line goes so hard. The chorus goes so hard. The verses go so hard. Everything goes so hard in this song. Oh, I just absolutely love this song. So freaking much. Undeniably top 3. I don't even need to think about it. And undeniably an SS in my opinion.
Alrighty, I'm going from my least favorite song on the album, Still Good Though, to my absolute favorite on the album. And honestly, my love for Mutt came out of nowhere, to be honest, because for the longest time, Adam's song was always my favorite. But I just remember walking to school and Shuffle would always give me Mutt, and I was just never skipping it because of how good it was, and it just kept on climbing up the ranks and would eventually go to be my favorite song on the album. And I am so happy to say it now, because like Chris said, there are so many great lyrics on this song. But most especially, he wants to bone this, I know, she is ready to blow. Beautiful lyric. And I also think that it's like Travis's drumming, it's not as like fast paced as something like the Party Song or Anthem, but I still think it's really nice here, and Tom's lyrics are so amazing. This is one of the easiest SS's I could give, and it's just an amazing song. Well done, Blink-182.
Alright, so Mutt, I'm gonna give a background to this. This was written about this friend that Tom had who was like a surfer, and let's just say he had a lot of fun. He was like nicknamed Mutt by somebody, and her friend, there was a song, it was originally called Surf Song. But anyway, this guy, Mutt was inspired by this guy, and it's about like a lustrous couple or whatever. I think the instrumental on this is one of the best. It is a very, very good instrumental. And Tom's lyrics on here are obviously great. They're really funny. We've already called out the really, really, really good ones, but like those songs' lyrics are really, really good. The outro part is really good. The bridge part's really good. The last chorus is really good instrumentally. The second verse instrumental is really good. It's just a really good song. And Tom's vocals sound like, this is a word I don't like saying, but I use it anyway. They sound really sassy, and I think that fits the vibe of the song so well. So yeah, this like whiffs my top 5. It's number 4 for me, but I'm gonna give it SS. This is really good. It's time for you to talk about Mutt.
S tier song. I don't have that much to say. I overplayed the crap out of it. It's good though. It's still S tier.
Mutt is a fantastic song, and I want to put it in SS so badly, even if it's not in my top 5 sadly. The lyrics are so funny. Tom's vocals are amazing and it's just catchy as shit. Sadly, I'm putting it in S, but it's still top half of the album in my opinion, and it is way too unhealthy to put this anywhere lower than S.
Okay, oh my freaking god. We have finally made a huge leap in quality to another one of my top 5 songs on the entire album, so you already know where it's going. It's going in double S tier right off the bat. Mutt is such an awesome sauce song. I mean, it took admittedly a little bit of a while to warm up with it, because when I first heard the notes, I thought it was gonna be kind of like a funky song like Adam's song that's in the key of A minor. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. But upon listening to it fully, you realize it's in like a happy-go-lucky A major key, which makes it even more enjoyable. And it's this cool song about like a relationship between a guy and a girl who don't know how to stop abusing their items. I mean, you got the girl doing credit card abuse. The guy is using his bike wrong, which, by the way, is the funniest line in the track, which is he takes the seat off his own bike because the way it fell. So that means that tube that hold his bike seat is going to go right up his ass, and it's just hilarious as ever. I can't help but gush over how hilarious this song is. If it was possibly a joke song, it could be like a 30 million out of 10. But we only gotta work with what we have right now. So for now, once again, this is my third favorite Enema song. It's going in double S tier easily.
In a 5-3 vote, Mutt gets double S tier.
Wendy Clear, when I first did my ranking of this album, it was 12th, but it has grown on me. It has grown up to 11th place, above all the small things. I think that it's just like a really catchy song with a great bridge, and I would put it in B tier in the context of the album. That's all I have to say about that.
Oh boy, do I have a lot to say. This song is one word. Underrated. Oh my god, it is underrated as hell. And it just astonishes me. It bothers me that it's so underrated. Like, oh my god. In my opinion, this is my favorite song off the album, easily. It's not even close. It just, wow, this song blows me away. I love everything about it. I love the riff. I love the chorus. I love the verses. Just like this silly song about breaking up, and oh my god, I just love it so freaking much. And if you knew me, this is obviously gonna go in SS tier because I can't put it any higher, and that's the highest tier it can go. So yeah, SS tier goes for me easily. Oh my god, I love this song so much. And it is my second favorite blink-182 song, so that's that.
I have got to agree with KD. The song is so underrated. It is in my top 5 for this album. Actually, top 3. I would still put Mutt and Adam's song above it, but this song is just so fun to sing along with. Like Dysentery Gary and this are probably my two favorites, like to sing along with, because Mark's vocals are just really fun. And I gotta be honest, that I'm not sure if it is a bridge, but the part that's the moving on part, it's just, I love it so much, and I wish more people would get to love this song, because as of right now, it is Enema of the State's least streamed song on Spotify, and it does not deserve that. So this is definitely going in SS for me, and people, give this song more love.
Alright, so there's been some hate on this, quite a bit of it. I don't get it. Because, look, what's so bad about this song? Like, yeah, it's not one of the more, not one of my favorites, one of my absolute favorites, but come on, it's a really good song. It's got a really nice riff, pretty darn good lyrics. It's just a fun song. I don't get it. There's nothing about this song that I can see it's really hate. So yeah, S for me. I like the title, I like the lyrics, especially considering that they used the term nuclear device. And I like the bass parts, I like the bridge. Really, pretty good song.
Anyway. This song grew on me a whole lot. It used to be my least favorite on the album. It is my fourth favorite now. It is obviously going in SS. It is so underrated. I love it so much. It is the fourth best song on the album. I'm going to shut up now. Bye-bye.
That was the most autism Drax has ever expressed in the history of this chat.
In the history of this voice call, that's probably the 15th most autistic thing he's said in a voice call.
Wendy Clear is that example of the amazing song that gets put lower. The song is so fun. and the I wish it didn't have to be so bad being repeated just makes the song better. I agree that this should be more popular amongst people, but it is in my bottom half of the album. Still going an S though, and we are now moving on to the Star Wars Man.
Oh my god, talk about back-to-back-to-back tracks. Like how I said, Enema's Aliens Exist through What's My Age Again run is its best 3-song run. This is a very close second for being a 2-song run. Like going straight into Wendy Clear, it was one of the most overlooked songs in my past, but now that I come back to it, I absolutely love and enjoy it. I love the guitar noise. I wish Tom did a few vocals as a part of it to make it perfect, but I understand they did 6 songs for each frontman to lead, which I understand, but I find myself going back to this a lot more than I have before. Everything about this song is enjoyable. This is my 4th favorite song off of the album, and it's currently battling against Mutt for 3rd place. And originally, I would have said that Mutt was the better one. Sometimes I would say that Wendy Clear was the better one. Based on the time of day, I would feel that way. And now I'm at a point where it's like, fucking hell, I don't know. But I gotta plant my flag somewhere, so of course I'm gonna put this at 4th place, which I have established on my Enema ranking. It's just so incredible, and since it's in my top 5, it's another one that automatically goes into the double S tier, easily.
I'm honestly surprised about this result, but I totally love it. In the votes of 4, 2, 1, 1, Wendy Clear goes into the double S tier. I love to see it.
Alright, so the last song on the album, Anthem, is absolutely amazing, and it's such an epic closer to the album. It's like, has like multiple parts with like double time drums and then like a riff at the start and the chorus. It's awesome. I would put it in SS, but it's not in my top 3, so I'm gonna put it in S. It's top 5 though. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that.
This is a really great closer in my opinion. First of the Anthem trilogy. Not my favorite of the Anthem trilogy, but it is my 2nd favorite. The lyrics are really awesome. I love the bass line, the guitar. I don't really have much to say about this one. It's just a really great song. It's not one of my favorites on the album, but it's so extremely good. I put it in S tier.
Final song on Enema of the State, Anthem. I feel like this is the one I kind of haven't really been given too much attention to, and it explains especially my ranking, since I put this in 10th place, and I don't want to say I still agree with it, but I still agree with it, because I don't know what it is about Anthem, but I just liked like the rest more, except from, actually no, I put it 9th, I put it above What's My Age Again, but it's still a 9th, and I feel like I still agree with this, because there's just something about Anthem where I just like the rest more than it. The reason, I've got no idea, but still, the song is amazing, especially for Travis. This is one of Travis's best songs in my opinion. He absolutely cooks, and just like Mutt, this has some of the funniest and just almost out of context lyrics ever, and it's really good. One con about this thing though is I was just doing like little drum things with Enema of the State, and by the end of it, because of Anthem, I got a blister on my thumb, so thanks Travis for that, but still putting in S tier though.
So, Dumpweed, the perfect opener. It only seems right that it ends with the perfect closer. This, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated Blink songs. It's my favorite on the album and will always be my favorite. When I first heard this, I was like, damn. This is crazy. The speed, the riffs, the vocals, the lyrics, everyone in the band did great. The bass line, the bass solo is really good. I like the topics of it. I think it's a really fun song. song. It's always stuck with me. It's just, man, I have no words about this one. This is just a great song. My favorite off Enema. Get this thing more recognition and love. SS tier for me. My second favorite Blink song of all time. Very, very, very good song. And for some reason, I like the title Anthem. I don't know. Something about the title just sticks out. And also, I'm sad that they didn't play it live on the Mark, Tom, and Travis show. It's really, really funny because they did not play Anthem or Dysentery Gary, which are my two favorites on that tour.
It's an S tier. It's one of my least favorites, but it's an S tier. It's good. It's an S tier, though. Okay.
This is unfortunately my least favorite of the Anthem trilogy, but these three songs are so amazing that it doesn't really mean anything. The bass solo was very good, but the one in Don't Leave Me was definitely better, going in S tier. Very solid, and Travis did cook his balls off here. Also, Better Call Their Fathers, Sleeping With Their Daughters, Rancid song.
Well, my friends, it was a long and comedy-driven journey, but we finally made it to the closer of the entire album with the first part of the Anthem trilogy. Admittedly, this is my second favorite off of the trilogy. Once the trilogy was published, it was eventually beat out by Part 3 from One More Time, which I find absolutely incredible. This one I do feel the same way. It's very, very, very good. Travis's drums, as mentioned, are still some of the best he has ever done. Even though there are some songs I think he did better on. I do like the bass solo, which you guys have also referenced. Maybe just as much as Don't Leave Me solo. But I still think this is a better song than Don't Leave Me regardless. It's very hard to talk about it in hindsight with the other anthems coming up, if we were to talk about them. Because by comparison, I know most people are going to say Part 2 is better. I still think Part 1 is better than Part 2. And for that, I think I might put it in double S tier because it was originally my number 5 on the album before I considered Dumpweed being at number 5. Even then, it's still really good. I'm going to keep it a double S. That's where I'll leave it. Thus ending the perfect no-skip album that is Enema of the State. And Tom was right.
Alright, just about done with the album. So we have 2 votes for SS and 5 votes for S. Therefore, Anthem goes into the S tier. Rancid song!
Please,
You
at
do
least,
Man Overboard.
can we at least include Man Overboard? Because
Yeah, include Man Overboard.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an action. I second that. And it's totally not because it's my favorite Blink song or anything.
Everyone's putting that in SS.
Yeah, that's...
Editing Katie here, 6 months later. Yeah, we recorded this in February 2025, don't ask. So, about Man Overboard. I was making the tier list and completely forgot to add it, and by the time I realized, we were already recording. If we were to talk about it, we would probably all put it in SS as Chris just said. And as for the other bonus tracks, it was getting late and we were recording for a while, and some of us had to leave, so we weren't able to record footage for all of us sharing thoughts on the Mark, Tom, and Travis show bonus tracks. So yeah, sorry about this little rant fest. I'm out now. Bye for now.
Thanks everybody for watching us rank Enema of the State on a tier list. So in the SS tier we have Dumpweed, Aliens Exist, Dysentery Gary, Adam Song, Mutt, and Wendy Clear. In the S tier we have Going Away to College, What's My Age Again, and Anthem. A tier, Don't Leave Me, and All the Small Things, and in B tier we have The Party Song. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe if you want more content.
Don't leave me deserve that!
Okay, so we will see you all in the next one. See ya!